Imagine someone reading you like an open book, knowing your every weakness, every desire, every fear. How vulnerable would that make you feel? In today's world of oversharing, where we post our morning coffee, broadcast our relationships, and share our daily struggles, we've forgotten something powerful, an ancient wisdom that both Zen masters and Buddhist monks have protected for centuries. They understood that the moment people know too much about you, they gain a certain power over you. Your thoughts, your fears, your desires, these aren't just casual information. They're the keys to your inner kingdom. What I'm about to share with you isn't just another self-help advice. It's a 2,500-year-old practice that could completely transform how you handle your relationships, your social media, and most importantly, your personal power. Let me tell you about a young monk who learned about the power of privacy in the most unexpected way. Before we dive deeper, take a moment right now and drop in the comments. My power lies in my privacy. Let this be your first step towards reclaiming your inner strength. And if you're ready to discover more ancient wisdom that can transform your modern life, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. In a Zen monastery, there was an enthusiastic young monk who shared everything about his spiritual journey on social media. His daily meditations, his struggles, his achievements, everything was documented for his growing following. One day, a wise master pulled him aside. "I notice you write about discovering your inner strength," the master said. "Tell me, where exactly do you keep your most valuable possessions?" The young monk replied, "Of course I keep them hidden and safe." "And why?" the master probed. "Because if everyone knew where they were, they could be stolen or used against me," the young monk answered. The master nodded slowly. "And yet," he said, "you freely display your inner treasures, your thoughts, your fears, your vulnerabilities, for anyone to take or use against you. Tell me, which is more valuable, your material possessions or the sacred geography of your inner world?" The young monk sat in silence, the weight of realization settling over him. He thought about how people had begun to expect certain types of posts from him, how they felt entitled to know his every spiritual breakthrough, how some even used his shared vulnerabilities to question his progress. "Master," he finally said, "I've been treating my inner journey like a public marketplace when it should have been treated like a temple." The master smiled. "The most precious treasures," he said, "are the ones we keep closest to our hearts." The young monk never posted about his spiritual journey again. He had learned what Buddhist masters had known for centuries. Your inner world is your most precious possession, and its power lies not in its exposure, but in its protection. Let's explore what these ancient masters understood about the power of privacy, a wisdom that's even more crucial in our digital age. The first principle they understood was the law of scarcity. In Buddhism, there's a teaching that what's rare becomes valuable. Think about it. When you know everything about someone, when you can predict their every thought and move, how quickly does that person lose their impact on you? It's like a magic trick. Once you know how it's done, it loses its wonder. The same applies to people. The second principle they mastered was the shield of mystery. Ancient Zen masters were known for answering personal questions with enigmatic smiles or thought-provoking riddles. But this wasn't just some spiritual showmanship. They understood something fundamental about human nature. People respect what they don't fully understand. Think about the people in your life who command the most respect. Chances are, they're not the ones posting their daily drama on Facebook. They're not the ones sharing every achievement on LinkedIn. They're often the ones who keep you guessing, who maintain a certain mystery. But here's where it gets interesting. These masters weren't teaching us to be fake or manipulative. Instead, they were protecting something precious, their inner peace. When you share everything, you slowly give away your power. Each victory you broadcast becomes less special, diluted by the constant exposure. Every struggle you post becomes a weapon in someone else's hands. Your dreams and goals, once spoken too loudly, face resistance before they even take root. And your daily life? It loses its sacred quality, becoming just another story in someone's scrolling feed. The masters knew that true power lies in the spaces between what we reveal. Like a master painter who knows the power of empty space, they understood that what's left unsaid often speaks the loudest. But in today's world, this ancient wisdom faces its greatest challenge yet. Let me show you what happens when we ignore these teachings in our modern digital age. Let's step into our modern world, where every moment seems to demand documentation. Every thought seeks validation through likes and comments. We're living in an age where sharing is caring has become sharing is surviving. But at what cost? Picture Sarah, a talented artist who documented every step of her creative process online. Her followers loved it, but soon she noticed something unsettling. Each unfinished piece received so many opinions that her original vision began to blur. Her unique style slowly morphed into what her audience wanted to see. Without realizing it, she had traded her artistic freedom for digital approval. Or consider Michael, a young entrepreneur who shared every milestone of his startup journey. His transparency was admired until competitors started launching similar products just weeks before his releases. What he thought was authentic sharing became a roadmap for others to follow and overtake. But the real danger goes deeper than just professional setbacks. When we share too much, we create what Zen Buddhists call attachment to external validation. Every like, every comment, every share becomes a hit of dopamine we can't resist. We start living our lives for the story we'll tell rather than the moment we're in. The ancient masters would have seen our social media feeds as chains, golden, pleasant-looking chains, but chains nonetheless. Each post that reveals our fears, our insecurities, our daily routines, gives others a piece of code to our internal programming. But here's the most frightening part. We're not just sharing with friends anymore. We're sharing with algorithms, with corporations, with strangers who might not have our best interests at heart. So what's the solution? How do we reclaim our power in this age of digital exposure? This is where the hidden benefits of privacy begin to reveal themselves. Now, let me show you what happens when you master the art of selective silence. When you choose what remains unseen. Think of your personal power like a rare gem. The more people handle it, examine it, pass it around, the more ordinary it becomes. But kept safe, revealed only in glimpses, it maintains its mystery, its power, its worth. When you begin to share less, something magical happens. Your words carry more weight. Your actions speak louder. Your presence becomes more powerful. Why? Because you're no longer a fully read book. You're a story still being written. A CEO I once knew never posted about his company's struggles or victories. When asked why, he smiled and said, "A lion doesn't have to tell you it's a lion." His silence created a force field of respect around him that no amount of social media influence could match. But the benefits go far beyond professional power. When you keep parts of yourself private, you develop a deeper relationship with yourself, free from external opinions. Make decisions based on inner wisdom, not outside validation. Build genuine connections with people who earn your trust. Create a sacred space where your true self can flourish. The Buddhist masters called this noble silence, the art of holding your power close, letting it build like a pressure cooker, releasing it only when truly meaningful. But I know what you're thinking. This sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do this in today's connected world? Let me show you exactly how to implement this ancient wisdom in your modern life. Let's turn this ancient wisdom into practical actions you can start using today. Remember our young monk who learned to treat his inner journey like a temple rather than a marketplace? First, embrace what I call the power pause. Before sharing anything, ask yourself one simple question. Does this moment become more or less powerful by sharing it? That promotion you just got? Maybe celebrate it privately first? Let the achievement sink in before broadcasting it. Your inner growth? Let it show through your actions rather than your words. Here's a powerful technique used by modern practitioners of Zen, the 3 gates of speech. Before sharing anything, let it pass through these gates. Is it necessary? Is it the right time? Is it coming from a place of peace, not ego? But what about staying relevant in our digital world? This is where selective sharing comes in. Think of yourself as an artist curating a gallery. You don't show every sketch, every draft. You choose what serves a purpose beyond your ego. Let me give you a real example. When starting a new project, instead of sharing every step, share only the milestones. Instead of revealing your methods, reveal your results. Instead of expressing every emotion, express only those that might truly benefit others. Remember, privacy isn't about being secretive. It's about being selective. It's about understanding that not every thought needs to be a tweet. Not every achievement needs to be a post. Not every moment needs to be shared. The true power lies in the art of suggestion, letting people see just enough to respect your depths, but never enough to take your power for granted. And this brings us to the most powerful revelation of all. Here's the profound truth that both ancient masters and modern leaders understand. Your greatest power lies not in what you share, but in what you choose to keep sacred. Think about the ocean for a moment. We're drawn to it, fascinated by it, precisely because we can't see its depths. Its power lies in its mystery, in what lies beneath the surface. You too are an ocean, with depths that deserve to be honored, not exposed. In a world that's trying to turn everyone into an open book, dare to remain a mystery. Not out of fear, not out of insecurity, but out of wisdom. Because when you protect your inner world, something remarkable happens. You become like that rare book that everyone wants to read, but few get to fully understand. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, practice the art of selective silence. Before you share anything, ask yourself, does sharing this add to my power or subtract from it? Watch how people respond differently when they realize they can't easily read you. Notice how your words carry more weight when they're chosen carefully. Feel how your presence becomes stronger when you're not constantly seeking validation. Remember, in a world of open books, be a mystery worth solving. In a world of constant noise, let your silence speak volumes. In a world of oversharing, let your privacy be your power. If this message resonated with you, I want you to do 2 things. First, like the video and write in the comments below. I choose mystery over exposure. Make this your declaration of inner strength. And second, if you want more insights that blend ancient wisdom with modern power, subscribe to this channel. Every week, we explore timeless teachings that can radically transform your life. Thank you for watching, and remember, your mystery is your mastery.